Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking baby boomers, which I am part of. I was born in 1960, which is towards the tail end of it. But talk a little bit about baby boomers and about some phrases that we grew up on. So this is a little shortness about the baby boomers. They're individuals born between 1946 and 1964, a period characterized by a significant surge in birth rate following World War II. This generation, spanning 18 to 19 years, includes roughly 76 million people in the United States alone, often associated with post-war optimism, economic growth, and the 1960s counterculture movement. Key details about the baby boomers are the birth years were 1946 and 1964. The origin, the name came from the baby boomer that occurred after World War II, with over 4 million births per year from 1953 to 1964. Experienced the Cold War, the Civil Rights Movement, the 1960s youth culture, and the introduction of television and computers. Known for challenging authority and, as they aged, having a massive impact on the workforce and retirement system. Older boomers, born roughly between 1946 and 1955, often connect with the cultural shift of the 1960s, while younger boomers, born roughly 1956 to 1964, are sometimes called Generation Jones. And so here's 10 phrases I got for you baby boomers grew up on. Number one, we'll see. We will see. When a parent didn't want to commit, usually meaning no. To me, it means, yeah, not really meaning no. It's just either dad didn't want to say yes or no, or mom didn't want to say yes or no, or they wanted to make sure it was okay with the other one before they said yes or no. Number two is you're crying. I'll give you something to cry about. They say it's a warning to stop fussing. Um, I don't know if it's a warning to stop fussing, but for me, it was a warning that the belt's going to come out from dad, and or whatever he's going to use, paddle or whatever he used at the time. Um, so if you want to cry, then he's going to make it. He's going to really give you something to cry about. The third one is close the door. You're letting the flies in. A classic command, often meaning cold heat escaping. Yeah, it's just someone's coming in or out of the house, and they stop and stand there and start talking with the door open. If it's in the summertime, well, we didn't have air conditioning when I was growing up, so summertime it didn't matter. But you're letting the flies and mosquitoes in, so that meaning meant that. But in the wintertime, if you're standing with the door open and it's freezing cold outside, you're letting the heat out, letting the cold air in, whichever the case may be. So, yeah, it's pretty much what it is. You're letting the flies in. You're letting the flies in the summertime. Number four is groovy, far out, cool, excellent, or amazing. Yeah, I didn't never, maybe because I was towards the end of it. I don't know. Maybe it was more used more in the '60s and '70s. I'm not sure because I don't remember using groovy or far out unless you were just being sarcastic. Uh, maybe the cool guys with the long hair and the bands or whatever, maybe they used it. I don't know. But for me, I never used it. I don't think I did. Number five is the skinny, the latest news or gossip. Yeah. What's the skinny on happened to Mark or Jen or whatever? That's the word we use a little bit of. I did a little bit of. Not. I don't think I've ever maybe used it much at all. But if somebody said, "What's the skinny?" you knew what they were meaning. They wanted what's going on. Number six is you make a better door than a window. Telling someone to stand still and stop blocking the view. Yes. Yeah. If you're, if you're You're sitting on the porch, for example, and watching something going on, and then somebody comes out on the sidewalk and they stand right in front of it. You yell, "Hey!" You know, you make a better door than a window or something like that. And it just lets them know, hey, get the hell, will you please leave? Move out of the way, something, because you're just blocking everything, whatever you're looking at. Number 7, here's a dime, call someone who cares. Dismissive phrase for trivial complaints. Yeah. If somebody's whining and crying and stuff, back then it was, I guess, yeah, it was 10 cents for use a payphone. You didn't have cell phones back then, of course. You just had your home phones or cell phones. Someone would say, here's a dime, call somebody who cares. And that, especially like if it's your parents, it's like, we don't want to hear about you, just like back early on in this thing. We don't want to hear you're crying. Call somebody who cares, you know. Just kind of admissive about it, you know, and stuff. So number 8 is if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. A rule for polite speech. Yeah, you don't hear it much anymore, especially everything that's going on with YouTube and what's going on and said and everything about everybody. But I do remember that a lot. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. My dad used to tell me that, you know, because if you don't say anything nice, you're going to start some trouble, and you better be ready for the trouble, right? Best thing to do is just keep your mouth shut, don't say anything. Number 9 is bummer. Oh, what a bummer. Disappointing situation or feeling. Just what it sounds like, bummer. You know, I mean, something doesn't go right. Oh, what a bummer. Another one, I don't think I used it that much, but if somebody said it, I know what they're meaning and stuff. So some people said things, some people, you just understood what they were saying. And the last one is made in the shade. Be successful and relaxed. Um, like made in the shade, you know, you think it's just easiest. You just, it's just too easy to do. If it come down to like sports or something like that, you know, we got this game made in the shade. We're going to win this game, you know, easy or something like that, you know, and it doesn't always turn out that way, of course, but made in the shade was a big saying and stuff. So I do remember that saying. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope this brought back some memories and stuff, and maybe you got a little chuckle out of it and everything like that. You remember saying these things back then, or you remember people saying them to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be. We'll see you next time.